MSN.dk. Okay, got it. Cool. Abbasid versus Malians. All right. This will be interesting. Okay, let's just get up to speed here quickly. Heard only the top 100 get in Sim's friends list. Yeah. Like, get into my friends list to tell me how trash I am right now. I'm just playing so badly. The past couple weeks I've been playing very, very poorly. It's hard for me to let it go. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna turn off my cam for the cast here. All right. In the southern portion of the map and in the teal, playing the Malians, he is our good friend Dust. His opponent in the north, a new addition to the stream and a welcome addition at that. He is a Conqueror 3 monster. He goes by the name of MSN.dk. He is playing Abbasid. مستعد. أنا أتحرك. But yes, MSN actually, I think he said he was around top 100. 1800, I don't know if it's 1800 ELO or 1800 division points, but either way, Conqueror 3, he was around the top 100. So this guy's pretty darn solid. I've played him, I think 3 times now. He beat me all 3 times. I think this is the first game between him and Dust, though. So we've got the notoriously slow early game of Age of Empires 4. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Gonna watch the sheep collecting simulator. First interesting choice will be when we see how MSN decides to age up. We're going to see economic wing or military wing. There it is, military wing. He said the other day in chat that he has been playing exclusively Abbasid on ladder, and he's been going 2 TC military wing into Castle Age. So he does actually start with military wing, which to me already is interesting. I would expect if you're playing a TC build, I'm sorry, a 2 TC build, I would expect eco wing and then military at Castle. But I am not an Abbasid player at all. So I imagine he'll get boot camp right away. Boot camp, of course, increases the health of all infantry by plus 15%. So I expect to see that immediately upon age up. Dust on the other end of the map, now going by the name Dusty. He's going with the Montequari, which is what you see pretty much all of the time. Although I, as Jeanne d'Arc, played against a Malian player who went for, I think it's with Sahari Trade Network, I forget what it's called. But yeah, the Trade Network. They used that to protect their gold at the beginning of the game, which was effective, and I lost the game. Not because of that. I lost independently of that, but I lost nonetheless. Anyway, stone being gathered now for MSN. He's going to go for that second TC, I would presume. I imagine he will stick with 2 TCs, not 3. But what is he going to do with those units that he gets from the military wing? Is he going to pressure the first pit mine? Find out here in a moment. So here they go. Let's be on the lookout for boot camp. They're going to make their way across the map. Looks like they are heading... I have to imagine they're going to head straight for this pit mine. It's not really much else that they're going to be able to attack right now. Dust is immediately getting an archery range. We'll see if he wants to go into archers or if it's going to be straight into javelin throwers. I think MSN probably could harass the wood line a little bit with those 2 archers. Not going to be anything significant, especially with, okay, we do have javelin throwers coming out immediately, so this is not going to get anything done. However, it will allow MSN to scout the javelin throwers once Dust pokes up here with them. That being said, he's doing damage to one of the houses, so maybe he'll get something done there. First archer does fall. Spears are going to back off. He doesn't want to lose that other archer. Good defense there by Dust. Hasn't lost anything to this point. Gets an archer for free. There is a rather forward TC about to go down here. For MSN, he's going to put it right on the deer and the wood. So good position there. I don't think Dust knows anything about this yet. In fact, where is Dust's scout? Now that I'm thinking about it, where is his scout? I wish it was like StarCraft where I could click on this. Okay, he is scouting it now. So he does see it right now. Not going to be able to pressure this just yet. Malian Calboom should be able to keep pace with 2TC Abbasid pretty easily, especially since it's not Eco Wing Abbasid and he's not getting discounted villagers. Not to mention you also get that, what's it called? I just clicked on it. Fertile Crescent, which reduces the cost of economy buildings and houses. Okay, so still no boot camp either, but I suppose that makes sense because there haven't actually been any units made yet by MSN. He just had those free units that came out from the initial military wing, so didn't need to get didn't need to get boot camp at the very beginning there. He is now adding an archery range. Still nothing out of the stable. I believe this is just a defensive stable in case he needs to make any horsemen. And on Dust's end of the map, he is starting the cow boom here. A couple of pens down, cows being queued up. And second mill for upgrades. This is something I probably should know, but I don't. Well, I think the tooltip probably answers it. So I was going to ask, does the horticulture upgrade apply to cattle ranches? And I don't believe that it does. It says in the tooltip that it is for the villagers' gather rate for food, so I don't think that applies. Anyway, single archery range, single stable, units are now being produced. No boot camp still. Tower is about to go up at the gold. For MSN, Dust is persistent in his scouting. He's going to see those units coming across the center. Here's the first horseman, probably going to come in here and start doing work or resume work on that house. No survival techniques. I was curious as to whether he would get that. Oh, horticulture does apply to cattle, Ken is saying? Never played Malians. Do the cows need to be slaughtered? No, they do not. So the cows here, pulling around, they are passively gathering food. You can slaughter the cows. I think they have 500 food, if I'm not mistaken, per cow. I want to find that out for sure. The tooltip makes it sound like horticulture doesn't apply to cattle ranches because it says villagers gather rate. But that is something that I would want to find out for sure. That would be important. Anyway. So I've got a nice little army here for MSN. He's going to try his best to do some damage. However, Jav Donzo is a solid composition. Doesn't have many weaknesses aside from men-at-arms. Good micro there by Dust, just doing some damage to the horseman. Another horseman here from MSN is on the other side. He is targeting the houses and not the pit mines. Something to be noted. A lot more HP, 3 times the HP on those pit mines. But the military flood is really commencing here. We see that the production to this point has been constant. No more horsemen at the moment, but the archer production is constant. Looks like MSN is going to swing over to the left side of the map and try to work on those horses. Again, Dust is still keeping his forces at home. He's trying to complete his cow boom. A couple of these houses are going to go down. I don't think there's too much Dust can do about it. In fact, he's going to have to deal with a secondary force here of archers who are looking like they might get one villager kill. It's going to be close here. Dust is going to look to push in against these horsemen. Oh, wow. Very nearly gets one there. Economic Wing now being researched for MSN. So this is a pretty nasty little timing here for being able to put on as much pressure as he does. That's a pretty nice timing to go up to Castle Age. Still no villagers killed. Only one unit has been killed in the game. That was an archer that was killed by Dust. Dust is adding additional production. It's looking like he's actually going to produce off of that. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. He does have a lot of units queued up, which might be why he's adding that additional production. But he might change his mind once he sees that MSN has aged up to the Castle Age. So let's keep a close eye on that there. The additional production facilities are not building anything just yet. So they might be precautionary measures. It could be that Dust is simply preparing for when he hits Castle Age, and then he's going to pump out a bunch of units. But speaking of which, he's not too far off in terms of food right now. He has his cattle ranches. I think that's 20 of 20. No, not even close, actually. He's only at 13 of 20. So still has a couple more ranches to complete. He has a market. I assume he wants to buy some food with that to get up to Castle. Yep, that's exactly what he's doing. So Dust is going to hit Castle probably about a minute, maybe minute and a half. Depends on how many villagers he puts on it. But a minute and a half after MSN. MSN is doing some more work over here on the houses at the second pit mine. Looks like Dust is going to go up quite quickly, putting 19 villagers. So it's not going to be a minute at all. He's going to get up there pretty quickly with 19 villagers building that Grand Fulani Corral, which of course does boost the food provided by these cattle ranches. So a couple of houses are taken out. Dust should be able to shoo this away quite easily. Not able to focus down the low health horseman there as it was farther away. MSN is patrolling the map. Both players are now in the Castle Age. Of course, we did see that MSN went with Eco Wing. He has gotten Boot Camp. He's getting Fertile Crescent now. He has added on quite a bit of production. And he is continuing his upgrades. He already got ranged armor. He's going with his ranged attack now. And for Dust, he's just getting his first upgrade now, which will be the ranged attack. So here comes the archer, and I imagine spearmen behind it. No, Gulam. I'm sorry, what am I even thinking? Of course it's Gulams. Gulams are going to be a real problem here. For Jav Donzo, Gulams are going to be a big problem, as a matter of fact. We've got Gulam coming in on the battlefront, a couple of them, as a matter of fact, coming in here, getting off some damage. They take down one Donzo before they're forced to retreat. I think Dust needs to be really careful about how he's going to approach this here. I don't think Dust has any stables yet. I haven't seen any stables going on. Okay, here, there. He's building them now. He's just building the stables now. He's going to need sofas to go against these Gulam. In fact, Dust probably should pull back here, and MSN realizes that. He's going to push forward. These Gulam are just going to tank so much damage, especially with the archers behind them are going to add damage into Dust's army. There are only 5 Donzos, 9 javelin throwers now, and those javelin throwers are going down. So this is a really powerful timing here from MSN, who looks to be in fantastic shape. Dust needs to produce as many Sofa as possible right now. It's the only unit that can save him. Meanwhile, we do have a raiding party of horsemen at the back of Dust's base. 2 villagers have gone down in total. Here come the first Sofas. They are not veteran Sofas yet. I don't believe we have veteran Sofas being researched either. The Sofas will be able to push the Gulam away. Excellent defense so far from Dust. It's been a little shaky, but the reinforcements are now coming in. They include a Camel Rider, which of course are going to debuff the Sofas of Dust. So the Camel Rider is really pulling its weight there. The Gulam are now going to march on through since those Sofas did go down. And again, without veteran Sofas research, these Sofas, they're decent, but they're not quite strong enough in my view. The Gulams are getting right on top of them. They're taking them down quickly. The horsemen did come up from behind. They have been killed. These Gulam are going to take a lot of fire from the TC. It's going to take a while to kill them. The archers are on top of the units here. In fact, MSN just in general is sitting on top of the production of Dust. I think he has done quite a bit of damage. In fact, if we look, it's a 30 worker lead now. A 30 worker lead. Granted, there is a very powerful passive economy for the Malians, but we can see it's about a difference of roughly 200 food per minute. Now, although the gold per minute is in Dust's favor. So yeah, this 30+ worker lead is not quite the same as it would be against another Civ, but it's nothing to scoff at here. Gold income is now going to be chewed into. This army is just, it's really powerful. These are veteran archers. What else do we have here? We've got veteran archers, Gulams, we've got the camel riders. Still just regular old sofas here. No veterancy, no imported armor. And I think that's hurting Dust a lot. He does have a lot of wood at the moment. I'm not sure if he wants to try a farm transition or what. He does need to increase his food production. But MSN is just in a fantastic spot right here. The archers are so outnumbering the javelin throwers that they're actually going to be able to take them down. Sofas are going to rush in now. They're going to get on top of the camel. I mean, that's nice for Dust to take that down. Gulams are on top of the sofas. As I keep pointing out, though, these sofas are not nearly as strong as they could be because they don't have the upgrades. And I think Dust just... I think technically he can afford it now. He does have a market, but I think he's just getting overwhelmed by the pressure and has not been able to find the time, to find the attention to research the upgrades for those sofa. The archers are now right on top of Dust's base, taking out everything that Dust has. It doesn't really, yeah, that's going to be enough for Dust to call GG. It's going to say he doesn't really have an army that's going to destroy lots of buildings, but Dust is not going to be able to make any more units. That's a nasty, nasty push from MSN.